All right. Wow, that was amazing. Well, welcome to Barn Time episode 4, where we have some really awesome musicians in the house for you guys and a really special guest. So let's just get into it. We got the Nu Funk Shui joining us. Wow, what an awesome band that just does a lot for the community musically, playing with so many different groups, backing up so many different singers. Like Helena Holleran, our first guest on our first episode, who we're bringing back on today for you guys. And we have Keene joining us across the table here.
What's up?
So, and then we got Zach Benavides as the co-host over here. Andrew Ware and Ryan Morrell running the ship. And my name's Kyer. And we also have Noah Schuler back here helping us out with some cameras. So thankful to be here and stoked to have you guys in with us. So let's talk a little bit, and then let's just get into some music, because that's why we're all here, right? We want to chat, but we also want to get into those grooves. So let's just do it. Let's just get into some music. You know, that was some intros. You want to say anything, Austin?
No, man, that was an amazing performance so far. That was just a warm up. So see what we have in the future for us at the Nu Funk Shui over here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they pull out here. So it looks like Helena is going to be joining them. And what song do you guys want to start this off with? Hey, what's up, Helena?
We'll start this off with an original song of mine. This is called Confluence.
Confluence, awesome.
Yeah. Backed by the Nu Funk Shui.
sake, I hope so. Hey, thank you. Thanks for letting me sit in, boys. Enjoy the rest of your set.
Thank you guys again for coming and blessing us with your sounds and everyone watching this. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how you guys met. I know, Austin, you're good friends with these guys. And I know, funny enough, how I met Travis was through this barn at a session meeting percussion player Mitchum Yakub here. And then I played a gig with these guys back in the day. And so it's kind of funny that we're all here now. And so yeah, how did you guys meet?
I met Travis on a beach in Laguna Beach.
Really? Dang.
Yeah. So I was going down with my roommate at the time. We were gonna go shoot some it was just like a beautiful sunset that day. We're like, hey, let's go to like a little cove, and we went up to this like little cove that we don't usually go to, and just to go shoot some skim and just kind of more like beautiful landscape stuff. And I think I go down to this cove like not even once a year, like maybe that. And yeah, Travis was down there jamming with a couple guys. That was a Feng Shui Planet back then. And yeah,
it
was insane. Huh? I was like, these guys are playing the exact kind of music that I've been saying people need to play. It was like a little blend of like reggae, soul, and funk. And like, I just got it all, like just walking up to him in 5 minutes. I was like, it just like made sense, you know?
Wow,
so
what a cool.
All that came through their music in just 5 minutes. And it was definitely an original sound. And from then on, me and Travis kind of became friends and started surfing together and playing some music. Actually, they got me back on like my music a little bit. They allowed me to come play at some gigs here in San Diego and in Costa Mesa. And yeah, it was dope.
That's super cool.
Now I've been introduced to other really cool musicians like Malachi, Micah, and Cade and Helena through Travis. So actually just had these guys on the boat not long ago. So I'm doing a lot of wake surf stuff. So there's a video you can go see on YouTube where we had the Nu Funk Shui on the boat, on a wakeboard boat while we were surfing behind it.
So whose idea was that? I was wondering.
I think we actually, me and Travis did that a long time ago as a video project for a brand that I was working with, and they just never really pushed it right, you know, and or pushed it that hard. So I was like, it was like 5 years ago. I was like, one night they were at Trevor's at the Tracks performing, and I was like, dude, we need to like do the boat video again. And he's like, all right, well, what are you guys doing this week? And it was like, I think a day or two later, like you guys all kind of came together like, oh, hey, we're free on Tuesday. So they're like, all right, Tuesday it is. It was like 2 days from that day. So
no way.
Yeah. I mean, it worked out pretty easy for the most part.
Blowhole was pushing it.
Yeah.
And you were both you and Blowhole wanted to do it live. We thought we were going to just like record something beforehand. And then
we wanted to do the live. Live. It was kind of getting at one of the dealerships that sets me up my boat. Like it was kind of a joke. Like they didn't give me like the tower speakers that's supposed to go on the top. So it's like, hey, dude, I had to bring the band on the boat because you guys didn't give me speakers.
I love that.
So yeah, it was a cool video. Definitely rad. And I mean, these guys were pro. So I was just like making sure I didn't fall and ruin it. But like, I think first take we got it. We got like wake surf the full line while they played the first song. Damn. Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? Yeah, it was sick.
It's a cool video, man. And Blowhole did a really good job capturing the audio while on the boat.
Does, man.
You know?
He's definitely very good at what he does too. So
yeah,
that made it easier, and it came through good audio in the final product. And I'm pretty sure we had more fun than anybody on the planet that day, that morning.
That's what it's really all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like any extreme sports and music really go hand in hand, and then video too is a really cool outlet to just combine them. And one thing for me growing up was like either like a surf video or a skate video, certain parts that people chose to surf to or whatever really kind of could set a band's career off. Or
especially when everybody was like, back in the day, surf videos were just on VHS and then DVD, and it was like kind of even emphasized the music choice even more, you know.
I list the soundtrack on the back and everything,
and it's just like set in stone, you know. It's not like just, I mean, even today, you know, like music choice is so important for that stuff too. And it's cool now that friends with so many good musicians, now we can start to try to incorporate that and and some of the stuff that we're doing.
Right. Yeah. It seems like that's kind of the spirit of what we want to do here is just get the word out about these awesome musicians, about awesome guests and what you got going on and stuff.
Definitely.
So it's really cool to just cross promote everybody.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
Is there any specific parts maybe you guys or you remember growing up that was like, oh, I love that guy's part that he skated to that or whatever? If anything,
It's a good question, actually. I do remember there was like a old surf video called Radio Waves, and I think it was like the first time I ever heard like Queens of Stone Age.
Damn.
And there was like this one song, and I was just like, it was just like went so good with it, and it was just like the perfect amount of like, just, you know, it's just Queen of Stone is just like rock and roll, you know. It's like to surfing and like back when they were first starting to do big airs and stuff. I was just like, this is sick. So that like to this day that always sticks out to me as far as like music that goes with videos. So whenever I hear them, it makes me think of that video. But
that's cool.
After that, I'm not really sure. Yeah.
No, that was a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's my little brother is a skate filmer, so he often runs into the issue of licensing, you know, if you can't get a band that you want to use their song to use.
I mean, which is awesome if you're friends with, you know, artists, you know, and they're down for the collaborative effort. You know, and every video requires like different vibes. So it's like just going with whatever that the vibe of the video can fit music with, you know?
Totally.
So yeah, we've worked with some cool artists, and yeah.
That's awesome. What's one of your favorite tunes that these guys do?
I don't know. I mean, the Earth, Wind, and Fire is pretty good. I love a lot of, I mean, you have so many good originals, and I'm sorry, Helena, I don't know the names of all of them. Helena's got some really cool, like folky, like, but funky too. It's like folk, funk, soul.
It's all about the musician to get behind
it. I'm trying to combine all in one word. Soul funk. Folk funk. It's folk funk. There we go.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Nice. Well, maybe you guys could take us into another tune. What do you say? What one of your originals or that Earth, Wind, and Fire cover? Or what are you feeling?
No, we're not.
Anything you're ready for?
Vibe on something.
Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Just so we can start grooving.
We'll do something that's folky and funky.
All right, the Nu Funk Shui and bringing us in.
Hell
Damn, that was so dope. Wow.
That was some fucking shit right there.
Hell yeah. So that was definitely some dope improvising right there. And I just wanted to brings up a great topic of that. I was actually watching a video today. This guy Jonathan Scales talking about improvisation versus composition. And you know, with skimboarding and wake surfing as well.
I mean, that's what makes these guys so good is they can just sit there and like communicate what key they're gonna be in and never play that ever, and then just like be jamming out. I mean,
right.
And that's I imagine that's what makes getting better at music so much more fun too. It's like you can start just screwing around and
Definitely.
you know, just
And,
like limitless at that point, right?
I
That was
always
like
think of it like skating, like when you learn new tricks.
Yeah.
And you can
Now
try
you
those
can-
tricks on different things. You know?
for sure.
I'm not that good at skating.
No, but yeah, the more you learn in anything, the more it opens up.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, is skimboarding sort of the similar thing?
Yeah, definitely. There was a point where like, you know, I got to a level at skimboarding where like sessions became like easier and I knew exactly what I was looking for. And I remember this was just like one day in particular where like I had so much fun for like 30 or 40 minutes and I hadn't even gotten my hair wet. Not that I want to avoid getting wet or anything, but it was like
Right.
kind of a cold morning, you know? And I was just like, man, like getting better makes things a lot more fun for sure.
Definitely.
And even like right now, I'm trying to get a little better at my golf game. And it's way more fun when you're playing better. I can tell you that right now.
Not shanking
You
it
definitely
off the
do a
left.
lot less hiking in the woods for your ball. But that was like some super funky. I feel like there's like the type of funk where like you feel like you're like walking in mud, you know? It's just like, it's just so funky. Every step's just like slap, slap. But that was like a pogo stick funk. That was just like you're just bouncing around. Like I feel like if a kangaroo was gonna be listening to like music, that's what they would be listening to. Was that song. Yeah. Or like if you were like not on a pogo stick, but like if you had like little pogo like boots, you know, and each one you're just like walking and just like bouncing. Each step was like a bounce. That's the type of funk that was.
Hell yeah. We love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Need it to be funky. Dirtier the better.
That's what that song's called.
That song.
Shoes.
Moon
Moon
shoes.
shoes.
There it is, dude.
There we
That's
go,
that's
new
it.
groove.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Hell yeah. So yeah, so let's I thought we could talk a little bit about your celebrity surf series thing that you do.
Yeah.
Just because along the lines of video projects and whatnot. Yeah, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah,
and
so it was
some
like
fun you've had?
just kind of an idea that me and my manager had over like 7 IPAs, and we are just talking about, you know, always come up with ideas that we can like, you know, grow things bigger and like other stuff we can do for content. And, you know, like it's always good to collaborate with people, but like I never wanted to like make other people feel like I'm just collaborating to like, you know, gain off their audience or do like that. And I, at this time, was also getting really into like podcasts and listening to Joe Rogan and stuff like that. And
Hell yeah.
just enjoying, like, I actually got, you know, invited on some podcasts and just enjoying the like opportunity to like talk to people and conversate with them like we're doing now, learn more about them and stuff. And so I wanted to be like a collaborative project. So in a nutshell, Celebrity Surf Series kind of just like a podcast, video podcast where we take really dope people, celebrities, athletes, musicians, whoever, artists, just cool people, and that have an audience that people want to see a different side of them, and we take them wake surfing. And wake surfing's super easy to learn. I mean, I've taught so many people how to do it, and the coolest thing about it, it's like an opportunity for people to experience the sensation of surfing in just 15 minutes. There's no paddling out or anything like that. The boat pulls you up. The person in the boat can put you right in the pocket of the wave. You drop the rope, and now you're surfing. So it's like, and a lot of, we realized that a lot of professional athletes and celebrities were actually doing this on their off time because it's so low impact. There's not really like a danger side of it. Right. So a lot of these boat companies that I was working with and still am, Mastercraft, they actually work with like Formula One racers. They have country music stars. So a lot of these people like already have boats that they enjoy on the weekends and they go wake surfing with their families. So we're like, dude, we need to start doing videos with all these people. So we kind of made the Celebrity Surf Series as like a kind of like a opportunity to collaborate, offer something cool to somebody who's never wake surfed before, or offer a cool experience for somebody who's already into it and they get to do it with like a world champion athlete in the category. And yeah, that was the idea. And so now we just released season 2, ended with Steve-O, which was really cool. And he's just like a really cool, dope guy. And he was all about coming out there. Yeah, that was fun. We've had a defensive end from the New York Giants, Leonard Williams, who actually, a lot of these people end up becoming really good friends of mine. Cool. And yeah, we still keep in touch with a lot of them. And we're looking forward to hopefully a successful season 3. So we just kind of film them all and release them all at once, like Netflix style. So if maybe you know this guy, maybe it hopefully leads you into watching another episode. So
smart.
Yeah, so we're still growing it. And like the last one we did was kind of like a new format. And the first time we filmed a bunch of episodes all at once and released it. But we called it season 2. And hopefully season 3 will have some other cool people. We're hoping to get Dana White. He's all on board. He's the president of UFC, founder of UFC.
Yeah.
So we got some other people high on the wish list too.
Yeah. And, who's up there on your wish list?
Oh, we got the hopefuls, like The Rock and Kevin Hart and people like that.
I'm sure they'll be down, man.
I also have on the music side, there's this guy I saw on Instagram. He's like this total, as you would say, gringo from the Northwest, and he sings insanely good mariachi music.
Whoa.
So just normal white dude from San Francisco singing like mariachi music that sounds like it came from the heart of Mexico. So I was like, dude, he doesn't really have much of a following, so it'd be a cool way for me to like help kind of boost what he's doing. So
right, yeah,
he's definitely on the list for sure.
We'll have to get him in the Barn Time after.
He would be a great person for Barn Time. Actually, I think he's in San Francisco.
Yeah, it might be hard. Maybe if he's ever down.
I'll send you his. He's definitely on the list. But we got a huge list of people we hope to get on there, and the Hot Ones was kind of like inspiration for it too.
Yeah, that's funny. Me and Trav were talking about that actually today and yesterday, just kind of preparing for this.
Yeah, so that was kind of like, that show is kind of like a cool template and kind of inspiration for doing this, and having a conversation with people and getting them out of their element and getting to see people do something you never thought they could do. Like Leonard Williams, 310 pounds, 6'7", get on behind the boat and surf,
You're right.
So, it's pretty cool.
I love it.
Thanks for asking about it.
Yeah, of course, man. I just thought that was a really cool project you have
for sure.
on. And
yeah, we're stoked on it.
Hell yeah. And then back to maybe talking a little bit more about just the boat and just the history around here and what kind of drew you here, because you're from Georgia.
Yep, Savannah, Georgia. Tybee Island.
Right. And then, a lot of people move here for all sorts of things like the skate industry, surf industry.
The porn industry actually brought me here. And
nice.
I kind of outgrew that, if you know what I'm saying. But then I moved into skimboarding.
There you go.
Just to kind of follow different passion. But
from skinboarding to skimboarding. That's awesome. But so I know.
Now you're going to be flagged. You're not going to be able to upload this on YouTube unless you're 18 years old.
That's all right. That's
all
right.
There we go.
We're good. We don't even care. So I know like wakeboarding was invented in the Carlsbad Lagoon, right?
Yeah. We actually did a really cool, so we're doing this series. There's one of my sponsors who's totally outside of everything I do. It's Gum Out. They're like a fuel additive for your car to keep it running good. Any motor, lawnmower, anything, motorcycle, classic car, boat, everything. They're owned by same company owns like Rain-X and all that stuff. But anyways, they ended up restoring the car that I drove out here, which was a 1975 BMW. And now we've kind of created like a content series around it, not just building it, but now we're doing like this series called Road Trip. And it's kind of doing like a little kind of slightly educational background of wherever we go and then going to have fun there. And our episode we're releasing in the next week or so is about the Carlsbad Lagoon. It tells all this cool stuff about the lagoon, like how wakeboarding started there. Right. Yamaha did their first test for a jet ski there.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Which is pretty cool. Some other facts too I actually forget, but it's a really cool lagoon that's got a lot of history and just a lot of nature too involved with that.
Right.
It's
such a cool spot. And then you go around the corner and there's that neighborhood where everybody's got a dock on the street.
Yeah.
And
It's a cool spot.
It's funny, I was on a softball team with the guy who owns that place along with a bunch of Liquid Force employees. And that's where I'd learned sort of that sort of stuff.
Wait, who was it?
Josh is the guy
that owns the lagoon.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So that was a funny time.
Yep.
But
Yep. So we have Josh actually talking in the video and giving some back. He's the one that I learned the jet ski fact from. But
yeah, I'm feeling for him because during the summer they're always so packed and they get all. The
don't feel for him, man. That place was packed. He was crushing it this summer. My God, I've actually never seen it as crowded as I saw it this summer. It was nuts.
Cool. So he's still
don't feel bad. He's crushing it. He's even gone through. I think he's gone through some ups and downs with different rental stuff, but I think he's pretty savvy with the business and he's crushing it. So I'm stoked for him. And yeah, this summer was wild because you'd think it would be like, it was like, there was that period where everything was closed down at the beginning, but then things like outdoor things were open. Right. So then, he was crushing. Nobody was working. So like every day was like a Saturday. It was crazy. I was like, dude, it's like usually we can come down here at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday and it's like, we're the only people even in the parking lot. And then this time it was like, all the sups were rented, all the pontoon boats were rented. It was crazy.
Dang, that's nuts.
So, yeah, he's still crushing it for sure.
How cool.
But now this is the nice, good time of year where we get it all to ourselves, Hell
yeah. We got to get the Nu Funk Shui to do a video there, huh?
Well, they did on the boat.
Oh, that was there.
Yeah,
okay.
That was in the Carlsbad Lagoon.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Legendary.
For sure.
Sweet. Well, I would love to hear some more jams. I don't know about you guys.
What we got?
What are you boys feeling?
We had pogo funk last time. Let's get the
some swamp,
some mud funk.
Dirty ass.
Channel that shit.
Just from the top, I can't hide love.
Damn. That was hard.
Hell yeah.
Heating it up in here, guys. Damn.
Like thinking of jams in my head, and then like, yeah, let's go.
Well, that was great. That was great. I loved it. Loved every second.
I love the I don't even know what you call it, but like the transition in the middle, like the stop.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're like
stop.
you're like whoa.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, what happened there?
Yeah.
That rhythm
Exactly
section
what
is
happened
fucking.
What is that?
Well, I just want to shout out the band real quick. On bass, Micah over there, goddamn, freaking slaying, man. And Malachi on the kit. That rhythm section is just unreal.
At the human bass.
Yeah, at human bass.
Malachi.
I'm Malachi. At
All
human
those guys
bass.
on Instagram, they're putting up the, the trials before they come over here to the. I see it.
Right. Well, one thing, Micah, that you do that I've noticed is just like. You fucking playing all day, man. All day, all night. You got a little girl, and you seem to just keep freaking playing. You're doing the Berkeley thing online, and it's really inspirational, man. I'm a bass player myself, and I just get really stoked when I see your vids and your shed vids and just all the stuff. I'm just like, damn, man, I need to stop sleeping so much. And just But so I really appreciate all that, man. And then Malachi, damn, bro, you're the man. We see you up there on stage with a bunch of people, and we're stoked to have you. And that kit you're playing, we got to shout that out real quick because Preston over at Bessel let us borrow that for the show.
And the cymbals.
Yeah. Beautiful
Yeah, how do you
instrument.
like that snare, man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that snare is special, huh?
Yeah.
Special for
all
you.
All of his kits are amazing. Like, you can feel that he puts a lot of time and studied. I mean, just like you're talking about, Mike, it takes a lot of like effort and dedication to do it well,
Right.
and inspire people to do it. And he definitely does that with his drums for sure.
Yeah, that's why we're happy to have them here to show everybody, show them off.
Yeah.
And then we got Travis over there on guitar, the freaking man leading the band, making all this go together.
At Travis _.
Just Travis Thomas.
Thomas _. He had to do the underscore because.
Oh, someone already stole your Travis Thomas.
There's some other
Damn.
guy out there named
You
Travis.
can follow his OnlyFans too.
Yeah. Follow the wannabe.
I told him that they could follow your OnlyFans too. It's OnlyFans at Travis Thomas.
He plays all the same shit, just ass naked.
I get a lot more views.
Yeah, well, I would check it out. And then we got
Subscribe.
Where's the link? And then we got Cade over there on the trumpet. Damn, man, you're a big inspiration to just the musical community and everything you're doing with raising money for educators. And it's really awesome. What's your Instagram? Just Cade Goddard?
Yeah, you can try spelling my last name if you want. Give it a shot. If you put Cade.go, you'll find trumpet player.
At Cade.go, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of cool projects going on and plays with a bunch of people.
Plays with Tribal Seeds.
Tribal Seeds doing that touring gig, and before touring kind of slowed down. Does Tribal Seeds have anything coming up?
We just dropped our live album, like a whole video concert and a album on Spotify. You can check it out.
Sick. Cool. Well, yeah, go check that out here, Cade wailing with Tribal Seeds, and so we're stoked for that. We got a question from a viewer actually watching live, for Austin over here.
Oh, sweet.
Is what's the biggest scare in your career, and how do you keep going after that?
Man, probably like scrounging for rent or something like that is always scary,
Just
not being able
doing
to, not really knowing where you're gonna get that next dime for rent or something. If I've had those low times, but that's also what's motivating too, to just keep going and never want to go back to that moment. So it's massive motivation. Also, as far as like actual in my sport, skimboarding, I've been really lucky and blessed that haven't had any serious injuries. Last fall, I had a cut down to my Achilles tendon that thankfully didn't go all the way through, so that was scary. Long time ago, I had to hold down at wedge. You have to paddle out through a set. That's scary or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, no crazy massive scares, but
Cool.
Yeah.
What about
Everybody wants to know the bad stuff, huh? I feel like you always get the question, hey, what's the worst hold down? What's your worst injury you've had?
But that's the reason people don't do shit, because they're scared. So they're like, people are scared. Like, I can speak for myself. Like, that's the reason I'm like, I don't know if I want to go surfing there. So I think they're just wondering. Like,
No, I mean, it's all justified for sure.
When you get out there, like, what's it actually like? Kind of
Right.
I also feel like some people they have those things and they want to get out of it, but they don't know how. So they ask someone like you.
Yeah.
Who's been like,
That's a good point for sure.
Yeah, and so like coming from your background and getting to where you are, I know one of your big things is motivating people and inspiring people with your story and just with
big time.
Yeah, so maybe you could talk a little bit about that, and then also just maybe talk a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah.
Just your sort of motto in life.
Like, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm out here in Southern California hanging out with like bitchin' musicians at like a really cool podcast and this crazy barn thing in Encinitas, and living in a really sick place. I've gone to a lot of really cool places, but it all started in Savannah, Georgia, like a town where I was like one of a handful of surfers. So there's like, in the closest skate park from me was like a hour and a half drive. So it's like there really was no encouragement whatsoever to kind of take a path of action sports or even surfing, because where I grew up surfing, the waves sucked and it wasn't so much encouraged to be a surfer with long hair growing up in Georgia. It was more about work hard and just kind of do the perpetual circle that everybody else was doing and kind of follow the pack and not really prioritize enjoying life as so much just getting through it, and to me, I'm very blessed that, from a young age, I was very curious and knew that there had to be more to life than to that and that narrative. So that's kind of what, inspired me to kind of go west, go to California, go seek out those beautiful beaches and Laguna Beach and epic skimboarding waves, and pursue that more and pursue my surfing talents and skimboarding talents and just pursue, trying to make the most out of life. Now I would like to share that story a lot more, just to kind of inspire the other kid from maybe Georgia or middle of nowhere. I mean, I actually lived in Indiana for 6 years too of my young life. So it's like middle of the cornfield. So there's like a lot of people think I just grew up in California surfing, so.
You had to work for that shit.
But you can come from anywhere and, do whatever you want. So Jimi Hendrix had a shit guitar, right? That he started out. And he was like left-handed and he started playing upside down or something like that. So he made it work. It's more about passion that's going to drive you to success rather than having all the perfect equipment and perfect resources.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yep, just doing it all the time. I know they said that Jimi Hendrix would like play while he's on the toilet, never put.
I think that's what Micah does too.
I was just gonna say Micah's probably the closest I know to just shedding 23 hours a day or something like that. I don't know. Do you sleep ever, bro?
Hey, that's your next video. That's next Instagram video on the toilet. Hey, that's viral. That's like a viral TikTok video for sure.
Right? Yeah.
You might get flagged, but.
Nah, that's cool. Don't tell the shit.
I'll share it.
Right. Cool. Well, let's talk for a sec about your.
Yeah, keep the questions coming, people. I'm kind of curious what.
What else is anyone asking any questions, Zach?
But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I would love to hear what other people want to. Well, one other question was how old are your dreads?
That's a good question, actually. My dreads are about 14 years old. Yeah.
Those are old.
Yep.
Getting there.
Someone just asked me yesterday if I'd cut them for $1 million, and my answer was fuck yes, I would.
Right?
Yes, I would.
My neighbor had long hair growing up, and he shaved his head for $2,000. But we were like
$2,000.
10 years old.
$2,000, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, not worth it. That's awesome.
$1 million.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, I would.
But yeah, 14 years old, 14 is how long I've had them. Got them when I was like 16, 30 now. So,
nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so for those who don't know your story a little bit, you came from nothing and now you're the world champion skimboarder and professional wake surfer. and you're killing
Not
it.
the world champion currently, but yeah, I have a 2013 and 2016 world championship title.
That's
So,
all that matters,
yeah.
man. You're the man.
Got my
to me.
PhD in wake surfing. I made that up, but I'm sticking to it.
I almost believed you. I know in music you can.
I'm like, hey, man, if these high school kids can go to surfing classes in Southern California, then I can have my PhD in wake surfing. So
right.
it's like we didn't have. That's what I'm saying. It's like I came out here. I'm like, I thought somebody was kidding when they said there was like an elective course for surfing in high school. I'm like, I thought it was a joke until I like actually saw it for myself. I'm like, this is insane.
No one ever understands.
It's
like,
crazy.
I was lucky enough to grow up with that. So
It's nuts, man.
know.
I couldn't believe it when I came out here. I couldn't believe it when I had a gardening class when I actually finished high school in Venice Beach. And I'm like, I had all these California elective courses that were required to graduate. And so I had to take like, I guess like a lot of classes that like the ninth graders would be taking. And I was, 12th grade and I had to take like a gardening class to get to graduate high school. I'm like, what?
soil science?
Gardening in high school? This is crazy. I was actually pretty stoked on it, but
right?
yeah, all kinds
grow
of
some food there.
a whole different. Had churros at breakfast. Never knew what a churro was until I came out here.
Yeah, it's kind of another world out here.
Yeah.
Man. Little bubble.
So
So is there any questions from anybody? No. All right. Well, let's. I don't know, I feel like we should go into some more music on that.
yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Groovin'.
So Helena's still here, so
Elena, we want you to come up and play some music. Come on.
Didn't you know?
Kate wanted to play Didn't She Know, so we figured
Yeah, I'm down with
you're
that.
still here.
Didn't you know that we're gonna play Didn't You Know right now?
Y'all heard of a little lady called Erica Badu?
Should've known.
Yeah, what's the deal with covers? Are we just good to play covers?
Yeah, like take this out.
Yeah, man, it's your own, right?
Yeah,
Make
man.
it your own.
Erica Badu would be stoked, man. She's the shit. She'd be like, "What? You want to do my song?" Yeah.
Didn't you know?
Scenes, technical stuff going down.
Erica Badu.
Start jamming on it.
Yes. That bass line.
Slack. Perfect.
I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Tried to run, but I lost my way. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Tried to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Through the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Said you never know how the cards may play. Time to save the world. Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I changed my mind. Yes, I was born to make a mistakes, but I ain't scared to make the change. And when I stumble off the path, I know my heart won't guide me back. made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. Think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Tried to run, but I lost my way. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Stop to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? Said you never know how the cards play. Love is life, and a life is free. Take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and fight your way. There will be a brighter day. Love is life, and life is free. Take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and fight your way. There will be a brighter day. And life is free, so take a ride on life with me. Free your mind and fight your way. There will be a brighter day.
Wow. It's one of my favorite songs.
Epic.
You guys did that justice. That was
Love that
awesome.
There were some members
Yeah.
from the audience requesting some questions.
Oh, what questions we're getting?
How long have they been together? How long have you guys been
How long have you guys been playing together?
And it's like kind of an evolution that's been taking place for a while. But this,
Snowball effect.
yeah, it's funny because you were talking about the rhythm section earlier being so tight, and I mean this pretty much exists because I asked Mike, "What drummer do you want to play with?" And he said Malachi. So I feel like
It's my boy.
I don't even know if you know that.
Nah, I did not know that. That's crazy.
Malachi's the go-to for a lot of bass players, a lot of people.
Yeah, Cade and I were, trying to keep the spirit of what we were doing with Feng Shui Planet. It was kind of like, we were doing these 3-hour gigs where we were just jamming a lot and doing cool covers, but taking them out to a different place. And we had this pool of musicians that, because we always had like a sub for somebody playing bass, somebody playing drums, it just kind of became this collective of all these different guys, and it was just kind of a shame to see it like go back to kind of nothing at that time. And so we were just kind of looking for the excuse to like get a project together, and so we were sort of gigging with Helena a lot at the time, me and Cade, and then rotating different people. And so we were like, let's just make this unit, because at some point we all played together and it fit really well. And that was, less than a year ago probably, right?
Probably,
Maybe a year.
Pretty new for this arrangement.
We didn't have this name until like
No,
December, maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think COVID was happening when we did the first video,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
within the year, we just, decided this is the new Feng Shui. We figured it was a good ring for, well, one, people like venues kind of new Feng Shui Planet, so it's kind of the same guys. We were already getting that when we were playing at Trevor's at the tracks. They're like, oh, Feng Shui Planet, and we're like, yeah, kind of, like, it's sort of the same guys, but not really.
Yeah, that was smart then.
So, like, to keep that kind of recognizable to a degree to where it's like, yeah, those are kind of the guys, some of the guys from Feng Shui Planet. And then to have a unit to where we could be Helena and the new Feng Shui, or like Dev Love. We haven't played with him yet, but I'm sure at some point, Dev Love and the Nu Funk Shui or whoever, just kind of, because we're just trying to play as much as we can. We want the excuse to get out and play and gig and make money, of course. But,
keep your bills paid.
Have fun, because it is fun. Like, I feel like the cover circuit, a lot of people might look down, like a lot of musicians are like, oh, it's just another cover gig. But if you have the right guys and you can take it to the right place, I mean, it's just as fun as jamming in a barn.
Yeah, man, better day job than freaking scrubbing pools or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Driving Amazon.
Or driving Amazon, yeah.
So, yeah, to answer the question, I don't know. Feng Shui Planet started in like 2015, I think, and then we were here in 2016. 2018 is kind of when it stopped, and then this has been going for just about a year.
Nice. Thanks for answering that viewer question. Any other cool questions coming in, or?
There's so many cool questions, you guys.
Pick the coolest one.
First of all, you guys are killing it. Everyone loves you guys. It's such a groove. It's such a pocket that everyone enjoys to be in. Mom, I'm not going to try to pronounce these names over here, but it starts with Mama. So someone's Mama. We love you, Mama. Mama of 5K back. All right.
Mama King?
No.
No?
What is the mama? What'd she say?
Hey.
Yo, mama.
Like, no, for like, hold on.
We don't need to single out the Mama.
Okay.
We're good. She's just wondering how you guys are dealing with the COVID experience. Like, are you diving into creative outlets? Where you more writing, more producing, more videos?
Yeah.
Or just
That.
Everyone's doing sessions, dude. Like, sessions and trying to get any kind of project out to get streams. Everyone's listening to music right now. We're just trying to work together and keep ourselves from going crazy.
Like, everyone's around right now. Like, a lot of people like myself who would be traveling or touring or whatever are, like, here. So, like, there's just, like, a lot of opportunity to, like, work together and like, write shit and produce and, like, just, like, try new stuff, basically, with everyone being around.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Me personally, I kind of took this year, this COVID situation, to just dive into my instrument, dive into myself, and like after COVID, it's a new beast. Like, get ready, world.
It's gonna be on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How many hours are you talking here?
Early at the beginning, when nothing was going on, I was practicing 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the man, dude. It's awesome. Yeah, and it seems that some of you guys are still getting to do music. I know some of you are driving Amazon, but life's still good, I mean, day jobs make the night job more fun, So that's that. But,
Definitely more appreciative for sure.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
On the 8 hours a day thing, I had a couple of questions. On the 8 hours a day thing, like, do you have to, like, are you conscious about, like, I mean, if, like, I'm thinking, like, if I was skimming eight hours in a day, I would be, like, dead. I wouldn't be able to walk for a week. But, like, is there any way to, like, keep your fingers from, like, I don't know. What's the conditioning you got to go through? What's the diet? Are you, like, worried about staying hydrated? You trying to keep that up or what?
I actually got a repetitive strain injury, like, and then like some health issues from not sleeping and stuff. So I was like, that's when I had to like draw a line. So
And you probably notice you play better though if you get like good sleep, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know it. I mean, I knew it, but I wasn't. Yeah, it caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a...
So now you're conscious of it.
Yeah.
I went through, when I was in college, I did the same shit. I didn't do 8 hours a day, but like this it's very limiting. Like you can't, like it tells you when you're done.
What's your limit on the trumpet?
I can't practice more than 3 hours. So like, I mean, it would just like, I would actually do damage to my face. So like, so you just like, cause I used to practice like 5-6 hours a day and then like I couldn't play the next day, but I had to cause I had school or whatever.
You're tired, like, hey man, how's it going?
Yeah. Or you're just like, you're like bleeding, you have cracked lips everywhere. Like it's just not good. But yeah, you have to take care of yourself too. I think that's an important thing. Like, there's a balance. Like you have to work hard to succeed.
Yeah.
You also have to take care of yourself to succeed.
No,
so it's like I think an important.
It's a great point. What about you, Travis? What's
I think
your
everyone
limit on
does,
guitar time practice?
I don't know. I think you got to take advantage of when you're feeling it, because with music and probably with anything else, like there's times when you're feeling it and like 4 hours can go by like nothing, and then there's times when 30 minutes goes by and you're like, I don't know, if like, you're just not feeling it. So
I'd rather eat a bag of rocks than
yeah,
keep
like
touching this instrument. Yeah.
I feel like you kind of go through ebbs and flows, or at least I do, of like taking advantage of when I'm like really onto something.
Yeah.
And then giving it a break.
And the beauty of like music, and I think probably anything, is like you can, let's say I'm practicing trumpet for an hour and I'm like, all right, I'm burnt out on this instrument, but I want to keep being productive. Let me go listen to music for an hour. Okay, and then let me go write a song for an hour. Like there's different expressions that you can like.
That's one of the coolest things is when you realize listening to music is studying, which is like, driving. You can take a 2-hour drive and it's productive, and listening to whatever, like you got to listen to the music too. You can practice and play as much as you want, but
if you get to that point, you can buy a brand new Tesla. You can just be practicing on the road too.
Self-drive. That's
What
awesome.
about you, Malachi? What's your limit on
Malachi's
driving?
got to go to the parking garages.
Yeah, I
to
don't know if
shed,
that's
huh?
a thing with drums, because
the neighbors say the limit.
pretty much when it gets dark.
30 seconds.
I was kind of like Mike when COVID started too. Like I would just go out to a garage and practice for like 7 hours, and then you just do different stuff. Like sometimes I'll just do grooves.
Do you have
for a
one of
few
the
hours.
headphone drum sets like that, or does
Those
it
electric ones?
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do those.
Nah.
Nah.
At a certain point, it's not even worth
It
practicing.
just doesn't feel right.
It's not gonna get his dick hard. It's just
Yeah, basically, dude. It's like it's just not happening, dude. It's like, just get off me.
That's good to know. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, Austin, I was gonna ask you a question.
What's
Like,
that?
At what point did you consider yourself a professional?
Whenever I actually started living off of it. Yeah.
When was that for you?
That was in 2014. January 2014.
damn, a year after you were a world champion.
Yeah, I was a world champion for a few months before I was like, all right, if I'm going to do this at all in my life, even if it's just for 1 year, I'm going to do it right now. Even if it's just 1 year, I'm not going to be kicking myself saying I didn't do it. And I was working a restaurant job, bartending and serving. And that's when I made that decision. And I had like a total of probably right at like $1,000 coming in a month, and I knew I could at least get rent paid, and then try to work up from there. And then I went to a couple of sponsors that were not paying me, and I was like, hey, world champion, it's going to cost this much now.
That's good leverage.
So, and it wasn't much, trust me. But I was like, definitely wasn't like, I grew up watching Disney Channel when like Brink and those movies where it's like, oh, he just won the half pipe finals. And then like all the people with the contracts and the clipboard, sir, we want you to sign up for this. And I was like expecting that. And it was just me filling up tea and coffee at a restaurant at 10 in the morning. So
you had to make it happen.
What are the odd jobs that you worked before?
Oh man, so my first job, what's that?
Besides the porn industry.
Yeah, besides that.
porn.
Yeah, that's what really, jump started my everything. But no, that was always in the back of my mind as a backup plan though. I was like, hey,
You can always do
anything,
that.
I'll go for the surfer guy. I'll hit that one. But the first job, when I finally moved out on my own, I was like 18. I actually moved back to Georgia for like 8 months. I did dock construction, and that was the worst ever. Before that, just like, I was still living with my mom, like, 16, 15, all that. I was working at, like, my whole background was like restaurant. So I was like dishwash, bus tables, did prep cook, then fry cook and line cook. So I did all of it. And then I started food running and serving. So I like did every single job in a restaurant, just the local seafood restaurants. And then when I came out here, my first job ever in California was Pinkberry.
Oh
Yeah.
This lasted for like just a little bit.
Yeah, it's a frozen yogurt place. I had to wear like a little pink visor. And
You still have the visor.
yeah, man, I was like, hey, I need to take what I can get. I worked at a Stonefire Grill in Pasadena when I was living up in LA. And then when I moved out on my own, I took out I went to college. Basically, my incentive to go to Saddleback College and up in South Orange County was just to get those student loans. I was like, fuck it. I'll get a little bit of education, but I'm going to get those student loans, and that paid my rent for a little bit and aided to some travel for skimboarding contests and stuff. And then once the traveling got, more, I actually did plumbing in Laguna Beach for about 8 months. And then I actually started a mobile bartending business called A Glass of Class, and with my girlfriend, and we basically serviced a bunch of private parties in Orange County, and we even got on Living Social, like Groupon, where you sell a bunch of vouchers. So we sold like a bunch of vouchers. So we were like really busy for like a whole year. So we were doing that, and that was really cool. We got to go bartend some really cool houses and stuff. And then it actually was doing really well. And then it was right around the time where I was like traveling a lot that following year, and I was like making up excuses like, oh, we already have a party booked that weekend. We can't do it, but really I'm going to Cabo for a contest, But so I did that. And then went to a restaurant, bartend and serve, and then that was my last job until just creating content and trying to create value for sponsors and my partners.
That's awesome, man.
So
it's an inspiring story.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. So you talk about like traveling.
Thanks for the question, Trav.
Yeah, that was a great question. So like traveling to these places for skimboarding. I know right here, Laguna is kind of the best spot in the world, right, for skimboarding. How the beaches are sloped down and you got the wedge and stuff. Is there anywhere like that around the world that you? That's
a crazy thing. That's why I hate skimboarding so much. It's just like they're so precise of all the little stuff. It's like, like thankfully I can surf too, and I grew up surfing. That's actually where it started for me. But like skimboarding, I'm very passionate about. And once you get to a level of like, and you're competitive like me, once you get to a level, you want to try to like just keep being as good as you can and be the best. And it's just like, it's not like a skate park where I can just go like build a skate park in my backyard and just skate whenever I want. It's like we have the sand set up, we have the wind, you have the swell direction, and the sand moves a lot. So even the beaches that are good might just be like a summertime spot or a wintertime spot. So it's really hard to really like explain what makes it a good skimboarding beach, but it's in a nutshell, it's a really sloped beach, which allows the waves to kind of hold up all the way to shore. Mm-hmm. But you don't really want them like breaking right on the sand. I mean, you can, but it's just going to be a quick little ride. Like ideally you want it to be breaking like, 40 yards out, and you want the timing of the water to match up really well to where you can side slip really far out. Because the further out you can get the wave and still reach it and wrap around, the more wave time you have.
Right.
And then there's other spots too that we call cider waves, where it hits a rock formation, bounces off, and you ride that wave out to the next big set. So the most commonly known place is the wedge in Newport Beach. So it's just like, it's like a mutant of a wedge cider wave. So there's a lot of like natural occurring places like that in Laguna, Brazil, and Cabo. So definitely Laguna Beach is probably the most consistent spot for like really good skimming. There's places... One of the most consistent in the world, I would say. I'd say most dynamic too, because we got so many different spots, like right in like a 3-mile radius. Like there's like 10th Street in the summer. There's Aliso all year round. There's some other coves and stuff. But there's
some undiscovered.
Oh, there's got to be. I mean, there's like we've seen some really sick. There's like a place down in Brazil. It's kind of a trek to get to. I've been to a contest there twice where it's just this insane cider. It just hits this massive sloped slabby piece of rock, and the wave bouncing off that rock is like overhead. So like people would just be paddling into the cider on a surfboard and getting these like just perfect triangles down the beach. And then Cabo's like the heaviest shore break I've ever been in, next to North Shore and Wahoo. But yeah, there's like little liner spots like down in Sri Lanka that are really sick. Yeah. Some guys have gotten really good waves in Angola, Africa. But yeah, like I think there's a lot of undiscovered skimboarding spots just because there's not as many. It's not as easy just to jump on a skimboard, and also not as easy to find the waves. So it can be a little irritating, but that's what makes a good skimboarding day so special, is because it's just that one extra factor of the sand setup that really comes into play to making a good day for skimboarding waves.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So what's your take then? I know you were the first person to skimboard into Kelly Slater's wave range.
I was hoping you were going to say that because I try not to think about it because it's like I may never go back. I hope I do. But it's like I never think about it on my own time. But whenever somebody asks me, it's an opportunity just to zap back for a moment to that Willy Wonka factory of a wave. I mean, that place is insane. So,
Well, since there's no, not a lot of good places for skimboarding, is there any future in the Austin Keene Skim Ranch?
I
or
hope
what?
so. I mean, they accidentally making that surf wave. They accidentally made the best skimboarding wave ever. I mean, it already is. It's just not a wave. I think they want skimboards on because they're really strict about having a leash on your board.
Oh,
Because they're like super like, if the tarp that covers the pool tears a little bit, then they got to drain the pool, take it all out, replace it, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I actually wasn't supposed to do it that day, but we sweet talked the water safety crew there, and they gave us a shot at it. So,
cool.
yeah, I have like a whole like 18-minute video on YouTube, me talking about all the details, but in a nutshell, yeah, I was like very stoked to have made that side slip out to that first try and just show them that like, hey, this is like what skimboarders can do in a controlled environment. And you guys accidentally made the best skimboarding wave in the world, So hopefully one day as technology grows and more surf parks are like, they'll realize, hey, we can utilize this for 2 sports rather than just one.
Right. Yeah.
So, or maybe one day WSL will have a little mini pro skimboarding contest at the surf ranch. That would be amazing. So
that would be dope.
Yeah.
You hear that, WSL?
But most of my time spent there, I was surfing, and I got the deepest, most driving barrels, just definitely mechanical barrels for sure. It was just like unreal how perfect that wave is. So sick. Oh,
damn.
Yeah, I mean, when you walk in there and you see that thing just cranking and you hear the train and it's just like, whoa, it's crazy.
It's just surreal, huh?
Surreal, man.
Yeah.
Especially after watching it for so long,
Yeah, the world we live in now, with innovation like that, innovation in musical equipment, we got Cade playing out of some effects over there, making the trumpet sound all trippy.
I don't hear it. You're hearing the effects?
Oh yeah, no, it's sounding good, man. And the before so those just advancements in technology really keep things interesting.
For sure.
All right, here's one question that me and Trav thought would be cool is what does your YouTube recommendation look like?
That's actually a really good question. Honestly, I'll be honest. Honestly, I use YouTube mostly just to post. I'm not like a huge YouTube watcher unless I'm looking up reviews or how to do something. So I mean, we could find out. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. What's on your
look.
search?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like YouTube for me too is just such a good resource for studying things, learning things. And then the slow down thing they have now, where for learning songs, you can just slow that down.
Actually, lately, I've noticed that I've been playing some Call of Duty in the evenings, so now it's these streamer gamers just popping up on my search. And I was like, wait, this isn't normally what used to pop up on my thing. So that sticks out now. So if we'd probably pull it up, it would probably have some of that.
Nice, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
nice. Well, yeah, I feel like we've talked
laughing
about.
At me.
It's always Cade. Freaking. Yeah, so I feel like we've talked about some fun things and heard some good tunes. Maybe we could hear another jam. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Austin? Or?
Yeah, man. I think that's it. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for being here,
Thanks
man.
for everybody checking out. If you get a chance, check out the Celebrity Surf Series that we talked about.
Definitely.
Check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. My Instagram. Yeah, I'm super stoked on everything we're doing and to be linking up with cool people. I hope the best for you guys in this podcast.
Thanks,
It's a really cool thing you guys got going. So whoever's watching and is just tuning in for the first time, make sure you subscribe so you get those notifications next time they do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Sounds like someone makes YouTube content.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, click the link in my bio, and don't forget, you can watch that video here or that video there.
That's always the best. Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Austin.
And the Nu Funk Shui.
And the Nu Funk Shui. We are so lucky to have this freaking awesome band here. Goddamn.
That was sick.
Wow. Thank you guys for bringing that. I'm glad we got to get some from the drummer, bass player there. Damn. Sweet. Well, I just think that's a good thing to get out on there. Say thank you guys again to the Nu Funk Shui. Thanks to Austin Keene. Thanks to all the crew here. Zach, my co-host. We got Andrew and Ryan over there. We got Noah. And yeah, so this has been Barn Time number 4. Until next time, hope you guys enjoy your evenings.